Hey everybody, welcome to part 7 of the Demon Souls Remake PlayStation 5 New Game Plus playthrough. This will be hopefully the last part, unless something horribly goes wrong. So everything's set up. What we're going to do now is finish off World 1, and there's basically one job to do here, and that is to beat this game without getting soul-sucked by False King a lot. Now, for those of you following along who are doing your normal New Game Plus 7 or Plus 8 or whatnot, walkthrough or playthroughs on your own games, that may seem rather silly. Who cares if he soul-sucks you? That's just part of the attack. But you can see that, in my situation, of course, having worked all this way to get to level 712, one soul suck is going to take you down essentially 9 million souls, which means if you want to get back to your max 712 soul level, you have to grind 9 million souls. Now, depending on what you choose to do, whether you want to do the section 4.2 on pure black tendency route, or whether you want to do the old monk tower pure black tendency kill the black phantom mind flare route, which is more efficient, I think, but it's just a lot more boring because you're literally doing the same thing like literally every time, 3-4 times a minute for an hour. It's still going to take you the better part of an hour and a half to 2 hours to get this done, even at the most efficient. And of course, with section 4-2, you have the benefit of picking up quite a bit of bladestone chunks and pure bladestones for your dexterity builds. But it will take 3 hours, and trust me, I did it because I got soul sucked by King Alani in one of my earlier playthroughs, and that's like 9 hours. That's like 3 hours worth to get 9 million. So you don't want to get soul sucked because one soul suck from King Alani means that just costs you 3 hours of work, not optimal. Okay. And as you can see, having beaten every one of the archdemons in the other 4 worlds, I've set myself up for the next playthrough to go on pure white war tendency. And of course, defeating the blue dragon and False King a lot will get me to pure white war tendency for Boletaria Palace, which means after I finish this new game playthrough, when we get to New Game Plus 8, everything will be pure white in readiness for the next cycle of grinding for the White World events and grinding for the primeval demons to give me my colorless demon souls, etc. So that's kind of, I use the loop for that purpose. Okay, so let's go ahead. The King's Tower, and let's just start doing it. The first, I'll go through this level twice. The first level just to kind of set myself up to take out the blue dragon, and then I'll replay and go from there. Oh, again, don't forget to ward. Any time you don't ward, you get punished. Okay, so. Yeah, these guys, again, are tough, but then nowhere near as bad as the as the defiled ones in the Valley of Defilement. Now you know why I always go out of my way to pick up the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, because on the next playthrough, you do have to use, typically, let me calculate 3 times 4 spells. You have to use 13, I think, 13 or 14 of those, depending on how you want to use them, in order to, turn or shift into pure black tendency or black tendency to -3. So here we go again. I still go very, very cautious. Get that Red Eye Knight to show up. Again, warding helps. I'm right here, buddy. I'm right here. Let's trade off. Let's fight. Now my turn. My turn. There should be enough warding left to get these ninjas and crossbowmen. He always lands here, so take advantage of that. Let's drink. And then let's ward. Yeah, you don't want to mess with this claymore if you can. Hopefully we'll get some. Ooh. Okay, we didn't get any of this grass? I mean, come on. Alright, I'm going to use... You want to be at full health right here. Okay, you also want warding to go away. This is the blue dragon. Let him kill that fat official. Again, we're going to use the Morian, the blade, and the clever rat's ring to go into hyper mode. So you're going to have to take one dragon breath. That will get us right to where we need to be. Okay. Morian blade. Clever rat's ring. We want to get a little bit close, not too close though. I think this is right about what we want. Probably about 20 arrows will take him down to half and then he'll disappear. So this is why I want to buy all these arrows from patches. You're going to be utilizing about 40 to 50 to take out this dragon. And then you're going to want about 350 for the rest of the new game after this, before you have a chance to activate him again. Okay, so he's off. Don't forget there's another fat official over here. He will fire you. So, yeah. We don't want to worry about that guy, do we? Will he give me some full moon grass? New moon grass instead. Okay. Alright, we're going to go on right over here. I do take the opportunity at this point to open up the shortcut. You never know if you're going to mess up or have a problem, so it's always good to open up the shortcut. You don't have to mess with that bridge of the two fat officials on later playthroughs. It's of course even more important if you don't want to mess with the dragon. Okay, I wait here. We'll wait for him to go the other way. I'll run. I'll stop right about here. He'll go trying to get that claw here. Oh, there he goes. I guess the claw doesn't work. You have to get the foot above the claw to register. Your positioning is very important. If you go too far back, he'll just flame you. If you go too far forward, he'll flame you. So you want to be standing right about here, okay, right where this dead body is, to get the perfect. If you go too forward, of course, he'll get you with his breath. But if you go all the way back here to get a better shot, he'll actually just flame you right here. So there's this perfect little area where he never gets you for whatever reason. Okay, so let's just pick up a couple legendary souls. These are some really nice, legendary hero souls. And these are worth a lot, actually. I'll just pick those up. Now you're still in hyper mode, and so if you, kind of do everything right, you can actually go kill Ostrava. Now there are a lot of cheap ways of killing him. You can get him to fall off the bridge by tossing some soul remains. I've seen all of that. But if you want to kill him because you want to get his rune sword, because you're going to be trading that in for the 40 white arrows in the next playthrough. So here he is. I don't think warding actually is going to help, but I guess I'll do second chance because that may be something that could ease us. And then I'm going to try to ooh, that's not good. I messed up. Let's see if I can atone for my misdeeds. Whoo! Scary. You can't run forever, buddy. There you go. Alright, that wasn't the cleanest. I gotta tell you, that wasn't the cleanest, but we did it. I did screw up. Alright, from there we can send off the rune sword and the rune shield, which is not as important. Okay, okay, you know what? We're just gonna use our grass, right? What the heck? That's what it's there for. Let's not go all the way back here for nothing. We're gonna use our age spice and our rune grass. Let's just do it now. Forget going back and resetting everything. So we're gonna go warding and firestorm. Again, hopefully I don't screw up and get soul sucked by King Alot. So here in the elevator, you're gonna go up. Let's go here. So we're gonna go back to Cling Ring. You could glass cannon this guy, but if that happens, he's gonna get you with one shot, and I don't really feel like doing that. So let's get the Cling Ring involved. But the Thief Ring I'm not gonna use. This is mano a mano with false King Alot. So let's get the Ring of Magical Sharpness in place. I'm not going to really attack him with my regular sword, so we'll get the Crisp Blade. Morium Blade is not going to be particularly useful because we're not going to be doing the Glass Cannon. Okay. Let's see. Let's just heal. 2 heals should do it. And then we are going to not screw around. Yeah, this is not the time to screw around. I'm going to do just New Moon Grass here. Okay, I think we got everything we need. Let's drink all the way up. That should be enough. We'll get to New Moon. So we're going to ward and then Firestorm all the way. You have to get a little bit lucky here as well because you have to hope that he gets hit by the Firestorm, that you don't get hit back. All these things. So here we go. Let's hope on for the best. Again, always a little nervous when you fight Mephistopheles and King Alot because you know that soul suck is always in the cards here. And you just don't want any part of that if you can avoid it. Here we go. Okay. He's gonna do that. It would be nice if it came to me. Oh, come on. There it goes. Let's run away. Ooh, we don't want that. We don't want that. Okay, that took 3 actual firestorms to take care of him. And as you can see, he actually did try to soul suck me. Not good. Okay, but anyways, we're basically done with the run. again, it just depends on how lucky you are. I think the last game I did.
How did you defeat?
Yeah. Okay, whatever. So the last time I did it, I got him with literally one hit, you know. But it just depends on how many he gets hit, how tough he is, stuff like that. Okay, so we're at the end run here. So we don't have to do anything too crazy. Let's just get back to everything that we want to set up for the next run, actually. Okay, well, late moon, over a half moon, and then we'll go new moon here. Ring of magical sharpness. I will just go back to thief ring. We don't need anything funky or crazy. All right, inventory, large scale, send off, send off, send off, send off. Okay, I think we're ready to go for the next. Yeah, this is basically perfect. And of course, you can see that now we're at pure white roll tendency for everybody. We're at pure black character tendency and ready for Mephistopheles. You know, we have 362 arrows, more than enough heavy arrows to get through the next run through until we activate patches, thief ring on, cling ring on. You know, all of this stuff is perfect. 1 million soul, 1.5 million souls, which is certainly nothing to, you know, laugh at. That's all good.
Come back alive.
So just remember, you're gonna have to do the. Actually, yeah. Should I do that? Yeah, I'm not going to go up there because I have to. Once I kill False King a lot, he counts actually as a boss, and so because of that, I'm going to be in body form anyways. Okay, let's do it. We'll go down. All right, this is the last bit. So all told, a little bit less than 6 hours to do this run. And of course, this is a little bit slower because I was talking. I messed up a little bit. It's hard to play while you're actively doing commentary.
You have been chosen by the old one.
But that's what I do. Not the fastest, but that's what I do to kind of get all the stuff I want to do, get all the stuff I need. Okay, so no reason not to be cautious and just ward.
But God is merciful, and so created the old one. Poison to poison. The old one will feed upon our souls and bring us to this.
I'll just cheap him out. Yeah, you know, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so do all of that, and then I'm not going to pick this guy out because I don't need it. So this is it. Now the unfortunate part here, I guess, is I like to let her live, but actually if you kill her, you get the old one soul, which is worth 200,000 souls, versus the only crappy, I think, 40,000 or maybe even less for her. So in general, I just kill her every time to just get maximum souls, right? So we're done. Get the soul of the old one. That's worth 200,000. And then that's it. You're at the beginning of the game again. We're now a new game plus 8, and you've beaten the game 7 times. Notice at this point that everybody is reset. Also notice that you're still in body form because you killed False King a lot, right? So that's why I didn't do the whole jump off the thing after killing the False King a lot. I'm sorry, I meant True King a lot, the final form a lot, that worm. So you know that you're going to get back into body form after killing the worm anyway, so you might as well just go down there, you know, stay in body form. So first thing you do before even playing the new game over again is you want to get yourself back into soul form, and then you just go back to 1-1, Bolitarian Palace, and you start the whole thing over again. Get into warding. And you're in good shape. So for instance, if I go through this playthrough, I'm going to want to get +5 for the Hands of God. And because the Hands of God, there's 2 Hands of God, this run through unfortunately will only just upgrade that one weapon. So if you go to Slack about Thomas, he'll introduce himself again, like you never met.
When the Scots came out, what I would be happy to like.
So you organize the storage, and again, you can always tell that you've done how many times you've killed the game if you keep certain things. So you can see that the large-scale Flame Demon Soul I never used. So I have 8 of them, which means I've beaten the game 8 times. So New Game plus 7, this will be my 9th time, New Game plus 8. Okay? So that's it. Let me just check my inventory again to make sure everything's clean. So sold the old one was sent to storage. Everything is clean, back to basics. Let's take a look at the rings. Make sure that there's no duplicate rings that we don't really want to mess with. I don't see any. It looks all good. Ring of the Accursed, Sovereign Ring, Providential Ring. Okay, yeah, so this is it. This is where I begin to start off. And I go back up here, okay? So hopefully you found that somewhat entertaining. This is my way of doing it. Just a few comments to kind of finish this video off. I recently took a look at Happy Hob and some of his no-hit runs, which is just inspirational. It's just amazing how good he is. And it's beautiful because it does show you sort of like, the attack patterns of the bosses, the thinking that has to go into being so careful that you can't take a hit from anything. I think a lot of people would agree. I mean, I think his channel deserves just a lot more views because if you're into Dark Souls or Demon Souls, just to see kind of the epitome of what you're able to achieve is again, just brilliant to see. So Happy Hob, H-O-B, if you could check him out, it would be fantastic. I'm not affiliated with him at all. He doesn't know me at all, but I saw some of his stuff, especially his recent Demon Souls remake, Soul Level 1 no-hit run, which again was incredible. He used the Morian ring and Clever Rat's ring in combination, of course, for the vast majority of it. Because if you don't want to get hit at all, then of course, why not use that? And he didn't take any cheap ways out. I mean, he would use arrows once in a while just to get a few things here or there, but he didn't cheap any of the bosses like I did. And so for me to struggle the way I have on level 712, and then for him to do what he does at level 1, just kind of shows you the gulf. It's like the difference between me and like a professional basketball player or something like that, So I do encourage you guys to check that out. But of course, for my playthrough, it does differentiate. Of course, I am doing this on New Game, plus 7, now plus 8. And again, when you max out the entire game scaling after plus 5, there's just a different level of difficulty. You have to think of different things. My goals are different. So as far as I know, again, I'm the only other guy who has put like a full playthrough of a maximum New Game Plus scale. So if we accept the fact that the game stops scaling after New Game plus 5, whatnot, then it doesn't get harder than this. The other gentleman on YouTube is up to New Game plus 10, but his tends to be kind of repetitive because he's just trying to push himself and see how fast he can beat each playthrough, and he's gotten to sub 2 hours on New Game plus 10 and above, which is great. But for me, I'm not doing it to be fast. One reason I'm doing this is to grind for certain things that I don't want to grind for online. I'm grinding for specifically white arrows, and I'm grinding for enough colorless demon souls to upgrade all of the unique items and weapons in the game, and I'm getting close. I just have to do the 2 Hands of God, and then the Penetrating Sword, the Hiltless, and then the Rune Sword and Shield and the White Bow. So just 7 of them, which if you're doing the math will take another 4 playthroughs, 2 each, so to speak. The Hands of God unfortunately count as 2 weapons. You have to upgrade each fist individually. So that's why I play this game, and that's why it does take a little bit longer because I'm a little bit more methodical, because it does increase the playthrough if you're insisting on shifting tendencies constantly. And because you're still working on shifting tendencies, it introduces other elements to consider. For me, I do have to keep an eye on my stones of ephemeral eyes. I need to use those as appropriate. I kill the white the white world tendency NPCs to help me shift world tendency more easily. So, I can just save on kind of killing myself over and over again. That's why I go ahead and kill King Doran. And then, of course, tracking down and working your way toward the primeval demons each time also takes quite a bit. And the last game that you saw that I recorded is a little bit, not a standard for me. mainly because World 4, the Shrine of Storm, started as pure black, because I was using that to grind the 9 million souls to replace the soul level that False King Alot soul sucked for me on New Game Plus playthrough, plus 6. So if you start the game with everything on pure White World tendency, that obviously makes things a little bit easier, because if you recall, one of the harder moments of my last playthrough was the Shrine of Storms, where I had to kill Black Phantom Matsuki and then work all the way through a -4 Shrine of Storms world, which is just so difficult to do. I had to work my way all the way through the -4 Shrine of Storms, all the way to Adjudicator, beat Adjudicator, and then on top of that, finally get to the Primeval Demon, because I didn't want to go back and use more ephemeral Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. So all of these things added to the playthrough. But I think, doing very well, not doing commentary, being efficient, now having all of them starting on pure White World tendency, it would still save me a good half hour, I would think, half hour or so. Probably will still take anywhere from 5 to 5.5 hours to do everything you want to do. So on average, it'll average out to be about an hour in Archstone, with all of the intermediary in-betweens, checking things, suiciding and turning back into soul form, doing the Mephistopheles quest, all of those things. So I hope you enjoyed kind of that particular, I guess, perspective, doing a New Game plus 7 with me. And I don't know what else I'll be putting on for Demon Souls content. Maybe I'll do a very short one later on, just kind of looking at my sort of perfect game. I'm just going to kind of do away with, and just retire the game after I do everything I want to do. Might be another short video there, but for now, I'm pretty comfortable with the content I've put out there. And so until next time, thank you if you were one of the crazy ones or were interested enough to kind of play with me for the past 7 parts, thank you. And until next time, do take care.